All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So in this video, I wanted to talk about a post by Janae Marie Kroc, formerly known as Matt Kroc or Matt Kroc-Zaleski, who was a very famous powerlifter and still is. So Janae is a male to female transgender, and as a male, in powerlifting, set multiple world records, was one of the most elite powerlifters in the world, competed in bodybuilding a couple of times, I believe winning the NPC Michigan State show. I believe also competing in nationals at some point, but not placing, I don't think, within the top 10. So bodybuilding, powerlifting, popularizing the Kroc row, which is like a dumbbell row with an extremely heavy amount of weight. Matt really did it all. So now, as Janae Marie Kroc put up an interesting post on Instagram, after much thought and discussion, I have decided to return to competition. Now, before everybody gets outraged here, again, Janae is a male to female transgender, and she is not going to be competing in female categories, which is the interesting part about this post. She's going to be competing in male categories. So before everybody gets all outraged about the whole transgender issue in sports, this is not one of those cases. This is just a more interesting scenario here. So she's going back to being basically Matt Kroc and competing as a man. So let me read you guys the rest of this post. I'll be working with Justin Harris, and my goal will be to obtain my IFBB Pro Card, again, as a man in the male division. This was the goal that I was pursuing when I was outed in 2015, and it subsequently took a back seat to everything else that was going on in my life. I believe back in 2015, it was Louis Marco, actually, that ended up outing Matt Kroc as a transgender. Janae goes on to say, I am a competitor by nature, and without a specific goal to focus on, my training since that has lacked direction and intensity. Recommitting to this goal excites me, and I'm looking forward to grinding away in the gym again like I always was known for. Above all else, my main goal will be to bring my all-time best to the stage, to be bigger and leaner than I ever have been. Now, this is interesting to me, number one, because I believe back in 2016 or 2017, Janae had done interviews stating that she had already began testosterone suppressants and actually taking estrogen hormone in an effort to reduce her overall muscle mass and the size of her body in general. And she also underwent facial feminization surgery. So basically, to attempt to become an IFBB Pro in a men's category, she's effectively going to be reversing all of that with the things that she would have to do to become an IFBB Pro or to even get on that level. So that's the interesting part about this. This isn't one of those situations where we're talking about unfairness with a transgender athlete. I just think this is going to be a fascinating situation as to whether or not Janae or Matt could earn their IFBB Pro Card. Now, the other thing that's interesting here is that while Janae identifies as transgender, she also identifies as gender fluid, meaning essentially going back and forth between male and female, which is why, from a pronoun perspective, I'm kind of switching back and forth between he and she, because she currently is a she, but will be competing as a man and was born a man. So that's kind of why I'm switching back and forth. So excuse my ignorance, because as far as pronouns go, I don't really know which one is appropriate. Now, Janae goes on to say in this post, since I'm certain many of you are wondering and will be asking, I'll just address it now. I will be competing in the men's division. Notice I did not say as a male. And no, this does not change the fact that I am transgender fluid and non-binary. This also says nothing about my beliefs concerning trans athletes and fair competition, only what I feel is right for me. So along with everything else that I feel is important to talk about, you can expect to see more posts regarding training, nutrition, and the like. So overall, I think this is going to be a fascinating journey to watch. I think it's going to be interesting for sure. And I definitely wish Janae the best in this endeavor. And I think it would be really cool, actually, to see her get her pro card in a men's category. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And as always, subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed already. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.